1977 Topps Football Cards, 12 Most Valuable. They may never measure up to their direct predecessor in terms of singular, hobby-defining rookie cards, but 1977 Topps Football Cards have plenty to offer in their own right. Start with the second-year card of that decade buster, Walter Payton that is, and then click through big-name rookies. Among them, you'll find Hall of Famers at tight end, wide receiver, and the defensive line. And then you have the requisite franchise quarterbacks, and the underpinnings of a football dynasty, and then a surprise or two. It all adds up to a stellar list of the 12 most valuable 1977 Topps football cards, as culled from the PSA Sports Market Report Price Guide. Check out the link in the description for current prices. 1977 Topps Walter Payton, number 360. This second-year Payton card has a lot going on, but then so did the man it features. After a 1975 rookie campaign that saw him run 679 yards and score 7 touchdowns, Payton turned in his first 1,000-yard season while crossing the goal line 13 times in 1976. He also picked up his first Pro Bowl and All-Pro honors. No wonder this card is cluttered, and no wonder Sweetness is smiling. 1977 Topps Dave Casper, rookie card, number 380. After a total of 9 receptions in 1974 and 1975 combined, Notre Dame product and future Hall of Famer Dave Casper emerged as a rough-and-tumble, big-bodied target for quarterback Ken Stahlbach in 1976. Ghost's 691 yards and 10 touchdowns on 53 catches helped John Madden's Oakland Raiders make it all the way to the Super Bowl. There, the breakout tight end added another 4 catches and a touchdown as Oakland thumped the Minnesota Vikings. Casper's 1977 rookie card captures the glory of that season with all sorts of banners and swirls. 1977 Topps Steve Largent, rookie card, number 177. Largent had a cleaner path to playing time than Casper did, even though the Houston Oilers picked him down in the 4th round of the 1976 NFL Draft. Almost cut in training camp, Largent was instead traded to the expansion Seattle Seahawks. There, the wide receiver found an immediate home and an aerial partner in quarterback Jim Zorn. Largent caught 54 balls for 705 yards that first season, and he never looked back from there. When he retired in 1989, Largent held just about every receiving record there was to have, and he waltzed into Canton in 1995. This Largent rookie card was one of the first to really catch fire in the 1980s. 1977 Topps Roger Stahlbach, number 45. Stahlbach was far from a rookie in 1977, but he was already a Dallas Cowboy legend. Having led the team to a title in his first season, 1971, the great quarterback would take them back to the promised land in 1977. This action-packed card that sat right alongside collectors as they watched that championship run. 1977 Topps Harry Carson, rookie card, number 146. Carson came into the national spotlight as his New York Giants started going deep into the playoffs in the 1980s. By the time the G-Men won the Super Bowl after the 1986 season, Carson was right there alongside Lawrence Taylor, Phil Simmons, Otis Anderson, Joe Morris, and Mark Bavaro, and others as the media darlings. But before that, though, Carson had already crafted a Pro Bowl-laden career as a linebacker, a path that would eventually lead him to Canton. 1977 Topps Franco Harris, number 300. Poor Franco Harris and his Pittsburgh Steelers were in the midst of a 2-year Super Bowl drought when this 1977 Topps card made its way to collectors. They'd returned to glory in 1978, but Harris had to fill the breach by continuing his streak of 1,000-yard seasons, which would ultimately stretch from 1974 through 1979. No surprise that Franco ended up with a bust in Canton. 1977 Topps Jack Lambert, All-Pro, number 480. Lambert suffered the same sort of indignities that plagued Harris in 1976 and 1977, without the pillow of snowy offense stats to pad the blow from a ringless January. Lambert even fell out of the All-Pro ranks in 1977, though he did make the Pro Bowl cut. None of it mattered in the end, of course, as the legendary linebacker was right there for the team's rebound in 1978 and 1979, and he's right there in the Hall of Fame with Harris, too. 1977 Topps, Mike Haynes, rookie card, number 50. The New England Patriots selected Mike Haynes with the 5th overall pick in the 1976 NFL Draft, and the speedster hit the ground running, literally. Starting all 14 games at cornerback, Haynes picked off 8 balls and returned them for 90 yards. Oh, and he also returned 45 punts for 608 yards and 2 touchdowns. Within a few years, Haynes had settled in as only a lockdown Pro Bowl corner, giving up the return game, mostly. Those early Pats teams weren't very good for the most part, but Haynes found his way to the Raiders just in time to rack up a championship in 1983. It was all good enough for Haynes to get a ticket to Canton in 1997. 1977 Topps, Terry Bradshaw, number 245. See other Steelers for Bradshaw's basic 1977 situation. A superstar in between championships, basically. Except for Bradshaw was more than just a superstar. He was the face of the franchise and one of the faces of the NFL. Bradshaw had sort of a tough year that fall too, throwing 19 interceptions against just 17 touchdowns. But then he always threw a lot of picks, no big deal. Especially when he and his team rebounded to Super Bowl form the next couple of years. 1977 Topps, Vince Papali, rookie card, number 397. Look at Papali's numbers, and you won't see anything special. A few years of wide receiving and special team work for the Philadelphia Eagles from 1976 through 1978. Look deeper, though, and you'll find a striking number. 30. That's how old Papali was when he walked onto the Eagles camp in 1976 and actually caught on, becoming the oldest rookie without college experience in NFL history. It's an inspiring story that led to the movie Invincible, starring Mark Wahlberg. 1977 Topps, rushing leaders, Payton, Simpson, number 3. Walter Payton and O.J. Simpson were undoubtedly the greatest running backs of the 1970s, and the 2 of the top 5 or 6 of all time. So it's not really surprising that they led their individual conferences in rushing that same year, 1976 in this case. 1977 Topps, Leroy Selman, rookie card, number 29. Selman was the first overall pick in the 1976 NFL Draft and the first ever pick for the expansion Tampa Bay Buccaneers. As such, he suffered through some mighty lean years as the Bucs went through their growing pains, but he also established himself as one of the best defensive ends in the game. In 9 seasons, Selman made 6 Pro Bowl teams and was an All-American Pro in 1979. Like our video? Then like our video and subscribe to our channel. waxpackgods.com